Hey guys, I wanted to show you a couple of Japanese gestures. This is by no means a comprehensive list, but I wanted to show you a handful of the ones that I encounter on a regular basis. So the first one is if you want to get someone to come to you. In the Western world, we would tend to go like this, like come here, or like this, come here. But in Japan, it's actually like this. So it's kind of like calling a cat. um, that's one that I haven't really transitioned yet. I definitely still do this, and very rarely do I catch myself doing this. So, but in Japan, you want to call someone near to you, you would go like this. The next is pointing. Almost never see someone point like this. That's how we would in the Western world. It's kind of transition. It's more like the stewardess point. So here's the stewardess point. Again, non-threatening. But in Japan, it's actually pointing with your whole hand. So that's one that I actually have adapted because I feel like the reason that it's not this is because that's really threatening and maybe rude. So I haven't wanted to offend anyone by pointing at them. It did take a little bit for me to catch on to this, but this is what I do now, and I really think this is nice. So maybe I'll continue that one when I go home. I hope so because I really kind of like this. It feels very nice. The next one is to signal no for something. This one I don't do because I find it a little strange. So if you want to signify like no, you would go like this in front of your nose. So it could be kind of far away or like close. I don't really do that because in the Western world, we would do this to say like, oh, I have bad breath, or something, there's a bad smell. So I find that one a little bit strange. So, but this, if you're saying like, no, it's not mine, or no, it wasn't me, no. The next one is if you want to reference yourself. Again, in the Western world, we'd say me, or oh, that's mine. But in Japan, they point to their nose. So they say, that's mine, or me. Um, that's another one I haven't really adapted. I don't use it enough, so that's probably why. The next is if you're giving somebody something, if you're handing somebody something, in Western society, we might just hand it here. But in Japan, it's very polite. You pretty much always, something that's big enough, you hand it over with two hands, and it usually is accompanied by a small bow of the head. But you would hold it in two hands and present it to the person with two hands. I've even seen it done with something as small as like a pen. Like here you are. And the last one is counting on your fingers. Again, Westerners would probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and with your 10 fingers. But in Japan, it would be you'd go like this: 6, 7, 8, 9. So instead of separating your hands, 7, you would go 7. So those are just a couple of gestures that I encounter on a regular basis that are different, and so let me know what you think about those. Thanks.